All right, so today we're back with the Honda on a very windy day, so I apologize if there's a bunch of wind noise. I was going through some pictures recently, and I went through quite far back to one of the first pictures I saw of this car, and then the first picture I saw of this car under my ownership, which of course I'll throw up on screen, and I realized, wait, that was over 3 years ago. About a month and 3 years to be exact, which means I've owned this car for 3 years, long story short. And yeah, I just wanted to make a video on it because I've owned it for 3 years. Sorry I haven't been along with the content recently. I kind of was on a good streak there, but ran out of things I wanted to post. So, oh well, here we are. But yeah, I've owned this car for 3 great years, and it's been nothing but excellent. Obviously, this car is my 2015 Honda CR-Z, and it is the 6-speed manual, if you didn't already know that. And yeah, that's pretty much all the introduction it needs. So, let's get on to my CR-Z, shall we? Over the 3 years, and through the first picture I've posted, I could put more on screen, I'm sure, if I feel like it. This car has changed a lot in those 3 years. Specifically, I've modified it a lot. As you can see, I have, for instance, different wheels and grippier tires. I know grippier tires is more of a maintenance item, but it feels like a big modification because it really helped this car out a lot in terms of handling. We have wrapped mirrors. They're wrapped black along with the wrapped roof, and along with, I don't think you guys have seen this on video yet, but I wrapped the back hatch black as well because it looks cool. Also, we got some aftermarket suspension, so it's sitting a bit lower, although this is probably as low as it'll ever be again, because I think I'm gonna raise it up just a little bit because that front wheel does rub a bit, which is annoying. And yeah, I mean, you have underglow and an exhaust and a air intake, all common mods you see to anybody's enthusiast car. Not saying mine's special in any way, it's very common mods, so nothing really too special there. However, all the mods I've done, I have really loved. That's the difference. I mean, anyone who modifies their car will tell you the same thing. Well, I've modified my car the way I like it, and I love it more than any other one. Fair enough, I get it. I'm the same way. But yeah, this car has been great to me. It really has over these past 3 years. I mean, I literally no problems with it. No issues at all. The only issue I've ever had with it is an issue that I caused, and it was when I was putting the suspension on. I was doing the front one and failed to realize you had to strap the front axle in place, otherwise it would just fall out. And it fell out and cost me a lot of money to get fixed because I tried for multiple days and couldn't get it fixed myself. So yeah, but also I was stubborn and didn't want to take the boot on the axle off. So yeah, I just didn't take the boot off. I probably could have done it if I did, but oh well. Anyways, on to the actual point. This car's given me no trouble at all. It really hasn't. It's been dead reliable. But we can talk about some things that are wrong, because there are things that are wrong with it. And I know, I just said this thing has been ultra reliable, but it has problems. Yes, it has problems, but the problems are not very severe in like at all. First of all, shift boot. Yep, that's a thing. It's done this since I bought the car. In fact, I told them, or my dad told them, I didn't really care that much, and I still don't really care that much. That's why I haven't fixed it. My dad told them at the dealership when we went to pick this thing up, hey, can you fix the shift boot before we get the car? And they said, yup, we'll get that taken care of. They did not fix it. Second of all, has to do with down here. There's a it's this one actually. Seat adjustment here for the height. And it works, or so you think. I'm a bit short. I'm 5'7", not exactly average height or anything. And you can see that this dashboard, this is about my eye level here. So it's a little taller than my eye level. Even if I sit up, this is my eye level, which I can see over that just fine. But the height adjustment works temporarily. If I leave it overnight, the seat will seem to shift back down into its lowest position, which is no good because, yeah, having to look up a lot kind of sucks. But honestly, it hasn't really bothered me too much. I've kind of gotten used to it, so, yeah. But other than that, everything works great. Literally everything. There is not a single problem with this car. It is literally just those two things. I mean, even the stuff I've done has been working flawlessly. The exhaust is great. The, the K&N air intake I just did. I think I haven't even shown that off. I could go ahead and do that because I don't think I've shot a video with that. This radio works great. I'm actually surprised because usually, sometimes these radios will start to get pretty bad after a while, a couple years or so. But no, it's been great. The only complaint I have with this radio is it likes to, every single time I do a call through CarPlay, it likes to just cut the call off for some reason. So, I don't know what that's about, but, oh well. Yep, shift knob, looking good, much better than the stock one. And the sub setup I have in the back is working great. So, let's go into the engine bay, shall we? And just like that, you can see we got our K&N intake right there. And it makes the car sound better. Who would have guessed? That's kind of why I got it. Well, I should say, I originally got it because I did also get a tuner at the same time. I got a Honda tuner, which, hold on, wait. You can see there the license plate frame. And, yeah, that all works good. But, the tuner, for some reason, wouldn't read the ECU. So, great, hooray. No clue why, but it just wouldn't read it. So, set that back and just have the air intake now. I think it's fitted a bit weird, that was the thing, because I think this is supposed to be pushed back a bit. But no matter how hard I tried, it wouldn't be pushed back. Also, this is a little offset there. Not sure why, because the mount points are screwed in correctly. I don't know, it just kind of felt a little, just slightly off to me, you know? But no matter, everything's holding, like, really well. Like, nothing goes anywhere, that's for sure. So that's what's really making me happy. And like I said, it sounds really good. Actually taking the filter off isn't too bad. It just, sometimes... I would predict that this will come off at some point when I try and do it. I'm trying to block the wind here. You can see another angle of it there. It's looking good. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Although this cover here died in the process. I ripped it off at some point doing the installation. So yeah, that's pretty funny. And yeah, you can see the little 1.5 liter motor there. It's a 4-cylinder making 130 horsepower and 130 torque. I remember back in the day when the C7Z06 came out, the Corvette, and they were making a big deal like, oh, it's got the same number for both horsepower and torque. That's perfect for drag racing. Well, guess what, Z06? I got it too. So that means this car is perfect for drag racing. Oh yes. No. I've never taken this thing down a drag strip, but I guarantee you it'd be the slowest car they've ever seen in their lives. 18-second pass coming right up. But yeah, I really do like this car. Let's get out on the road and talk about it some more. Alright, so driving the CRZ. I've done this quite a bit on this channel, but driving it once again. And yeah, unfortunately I'm in stiff mode with the suspension, so it's going to be a bit bouncy, and I wouldn't be surprised if my phone mount falls down because it's been loving doing that over the past few videos I've shot with it. But anyways, we're just going to drive and talk about it. since I've got this car, I bought it around 77,000 miles, just 77,000 to be clear. And now it has nearly 119,000 on it in 3 years. Pretty good amount of driving, I'd say. And that's because I like it. I like it a lot. I take this car out whenever I want to go for a drive specifically, and it is wonderful. Of course, one of the complaints you have when driving a car like this, and you'll notice with my shift times there, it rev hangs real bad. And that causes you to shift really slow, because if you don't know what rev hang is, basically when you let off the throttle and push the clutch in, the RPMs will stay there for a second before dropping down. And that makes it really annoying to drive fast, because if you shift really hard, you feel it and it feels horrible. So I always shift it really slow, not really caring anyway, because this isn't a fast car. I'm not really chasing the speed. I'm more chasing the experience of building the revs up and feeling the car and all that. So that's what that's about in my slow shifting. I'm not like, that's not as fast as I can shift. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, talking about the ride quality of this car, I'll be bouncing around a lot in this video, but on comfy mode, it's actually not horrible. It's not preferable in terms of comfort, especially having a 90s luxury car. This car is a lot less comfortable than that car is. It's still not bad though. And on stock suspension, it's pretty good, honestly. It's definitely not a car that's meant for long road trips, but it is a car that I would take on a long road trip due to its reliability and obvious good gas mileage, being a 1.5 liter hybrid. So yeah, there's that. Also, you have drive modes here. You have Sport, Normal, and Econ. And obviously, they do what you would think they do. One of them tightens throttle response, and the other one loosens throttle response. Although that's not it, because you got to remember, it's a hybrid, see? So, in the case of this car, being a hybrid, you can't drive this car on pure electric mode. The battery's really small in this car. I don't know exactly what the size of it is, but it's really small. So you can't really drive it just on battery power alone. However, that also means that it dynamically charges and discharges like completely during your drives. So if I'm driving to another city, let's say, if the interstate has a lot of up and down hills, I will completely deplete the battery on one hill and then completely refill it on the next hill. And it's cool and it's bad at the same time, because when you're doing performance stuff, it doesn't have the stamina to keep going. And let's just say you notice when you run out of battery, you notice quite a lot. And yeah, sport mode, it definitely biases the battery more towards performance, as you would say, or I should say the electric motor. It biases that more towards performance. And Econ mode balances more towards eco, as you would imagine. So in eco mode, I run out of battery quite a lot because it very much tries to use the battery over the engine. So I've always found normal mode to be the best, because in normal mode, it always seems to have over half battery, which makes me happy. I'm a spirited driver, I'd say. Not the most, but I am a spirited driver. And even in normal mode, I don't really ever have an issue with the battery running out. So that's not a problem. One of my biggest complaints with this car, the biggest complaint with every single CRZ owner I've ever talked to, auto start stop, you can't turn it off. There is no off button on this car. So every time I come to a stop, I have to basically just heel toe to get it to turn back on, because here's advice for you CRZ owners, for the 6-speed manual ones anyway. if your car is off and you want it to turn back on without doing anything goofy like having the front defroster on constantly, here's what you do. When you're stopped in neutral and the car's off, you clutch in all the way and tap the gas, the car will turn back on. It's that simple. So, yeah, that's what I have to do every time I want to turn the car back on. Obviously, it turned back on if you shift into first gear, too. But I don't want to just hold in first gear. And the car's smart, too. You can't just shift it into first and back into neutral. If you do that, you shift it into first, car turns back on, back into neutral, and the car will shut back off. So the car's smart, it knows. But yeah, if you do the little like heel toe thing that I told you about, then yeah, it'll work. And I say heel toe because usually I'm at a stoplight when doing it, and I'm on the brake too, so I do have to heel toe. But yeah, that's just a little fun life hack. But yeah, I've driven this car quite a bit. It's awesome, honestly. It's my favorite car I've owned for sure. I haven't owned that many, only 3, but definitely the favorite out of the 3. So what's my future with this car? Well, I'm just gonna keep driving it. Honestly, I don't have any plans to stop driving it. I don't have any plans to replace it with anything. I want to keep on driving this car because it's reliable, it gets good fuel economy, it's fun, and I love the way it looks and drives. It's not practical by any means, but I don't really need practicality in my life at the moment. So, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I love reading the comments. And I don't know if I ever shouted out on here, but go check out my other YouTube channel because I post more frequently on that one. It's Jack920Ti. It's a bunch of tech stuff because I'm into all the technologies and stuff like that. Do you know I collected an entire 2007 Apple Store worth of products? Yeah, that's the word. Yep, that's right. Everything from the iPod Shuffle all the way up to the Mac Pro. I collected every device. So yeah, be sure to check out that video and the channel because honestly, I probably will post a lot more on there than here. I do genuinely try and keep that channel to once a week. Unlike this one where it's kind of, I feel a little limited sometimes on car stuff. I mean, I know there's a lot you can do with cars, but honestly, I don't have the budget for a lot of it. I can't be a Hoovy's Garage and keep buying cars. That doesn't make sense for me right now. I can't be a Whistling Diesel and destroy everything because, again, doesn't make sense for me. And I can't really be a Doug DeMuro and review cars either because, honestly, there's so many people doing that already. So, yeah. But anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. See ya!